Hi everyone, and we're on our way now to a games and toys retro type shop, which I've never been to before. It's in Warrington, so we've just been to IKEA for a spot of lunch, and we're now going to make our way to MANIC MINORS Toys. I say we, as Mrs. Pixel is driving. Say hello, Mrs. Pixel.
Hello.
Very enthusiastic. So we're on our way to this shop. I've been wanting to go there for ages, and today's the day. So let's go. I'm here at MANIC MINORS Toys. There's the sign, in Warrington. First time I've been here. Not been to this shop before, but I've been meaning to come for so long. So they sell toys, retro toys, video games, all sorts as far as I know. So yeah, looking forward to finally going in here and having a look around, see what they've got. Hopefully some decent games. Let's have a look inside. So we're moving into the back of the store now, where all the toys are held. Mrs. Pixel is on camera, and sadly my microphone's decided to pack up. So you've got voiceover Pixel for the duration of this part of the video, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. So the toy section, oh my gosh, this was a 80s babies nostalgia trip. Absolutely tons of memories flooding back as I look through these toys in here. Some absolute classic toys. Look at that Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark toy there of Marion. Bond micro machines. There were just so many toys in the back here. Most of which I sort of remembered from back in the day. You can see Supernaturals there. I used to have some of those. Defenders of the Earth. The WWF figures as well. Look at those Gremlins 2 figures there as well. Loads of sort of loose toys as well, sort of available. Nice little Tomb Raider Lara Croft figure there too. But yeah, just Terrorhawks we've just gone past as well. Don't know if anybody remembers Terrorhawks. Moving down the aisles, these cabinets were full of Transformers toys. Some really early Transformers toys in here as well. Those ones were Beast War ones. But over here, these were more sort of 80s era Transformers that I kind of remember. And then there's been so many generations of Transformer toys over the years, but it's the 80s ones that I sort of remember and have the nostalgia for. But yeah, all available to buy, all sort of reasonably priced. I was loving it. I'm in my element here as well. Moving over here, spotted some Thundercats toys, some of the original Thundercats toys. A Thunder tank there with Lion-O and Tigra. I wasn't a massive Thundercats fan, but we did have some Thundercats toys. But yeah, just loved looking through all of these. There were just so many things. Every corner you turned, there was just something else I was sort of spotting and recognising. He-Man figures here. So I still have a ton of He-Man figures in the loft. So a lot of these figures I kind of remember and recognise and remember playing as a kid. Some newer ones there. Some of those I didn't actually recognise. Still more He-Man figures down here as well. Some newer ones there, I think. And then moving over here, I think these were GoBots, I think these were GoBots. I certainly remember there's one there. I think they were Rock Lords, I think they were called. I had a couple of Rock Lords. I remember a gold one called Nugget. Aliens toys here as well. I'm just pointing at the Scorpion Alien because I used to have that one. I was almost tempted to rebuy that. I don't know what happened to my alien figure, but hey ho, it's out there somewhere. Someone else has probably got it now. But yeah, again, you can see there, I'm just amazed at the sort of nostalgia trip I'm going through. An original Castle Grayskull there from Masters of the Universe. They even had the Starcom toy there, which I remember Starcom. That was a real decent sort of toy line I remember from the 80s, all space ships and with sort of like wind up mechanisms that made wings fold up and down. So I'm just moving back into the games room, or part of the games room. Some really nice little pickups in here, and this really cool Lara statue here, gazing into Lara's eyes. Great statue. There's a playable console and TV there as well, Space Invaders cabinet. And just moving back into this hallway, this is where some of the sort of more retro games were. N64, SNES, Mega Drive, Master System, Dreamcast, all the cassette games as well. Just absolute ton of games. I could have spent hours just looking through this lot. So hi everyone, and welcome back to the games room, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me, thanks for pressing play. As always, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, if you can hit that subscription button, that would be very much appreciated. So all that before, that was a look around a store or shop that I've not been in before. It's a place that I've been meaning to go to for months now. I spotted, I think it was the Facebook page of the store, probably well before Christmas last year, and yeah, I've been meaning to go for ages. So today was the day, finally managed to get there, and wow, what a store. It was immense, absolutely brilliant, absolutely loved it in there. Just as an 80s child, it was like such a nostalgia trip for me. I love all the 80s cartoons, all that 80s nostalgia, recognising some of the toys that was in there as well. Oh, it was just an amazing shop to go around. And the added bonus of having a ton of decent games in there as well, as the footage hopefully showed. So first things first, just a big shout out to Mrs. Pixel for taking some of the footage of me wandering around the store. She's not done that before, so big shout out to Mrs. Pixel for doing that. And a quick apology, because obviously, as you saw, and well, yeah, my mics gave up part way around, so I was, given quite a bit of interesting sort of narrative as we were walking around the store, but I didn't realise that the microphones had not worked. So apologies for that. Not ideal, but I hope that what I did manage to get and show painted a good picture of what was an incredible store, MANIC MINORS Toys in Warrington. So yeah, I had a good look around, and I did pick up a few decent games as well, so I'll show you what I picked up. And there was a good selection of games in there. Well, I say good selection, there was an incredible selection of games in there. Every system you could possibly think of was pretty much catered for in there. Some games that I've not seen for years, cassette games for like the Spectrum and what have you. But yeah, just an absolute ton of games. Fairly priced as well. I thought they were all really fairly priced, very reasonable. And I've managed to pick up, was it 4 games in the end? So I'll show you what I got. So the first one was PS3 Risen 2. I actually saw somebody else talking about this game a couple of weeks ago on Instagram. I've seen this game around occasionally, not loads, and never actually realised that this was sort of like a pirates kind of game. So I had been on the lookout for it, and when I spotted it in there today, yeah, I thought I'll grab that. It was £2.50. I don't think you can quite see that with the light, but yeah, £2.50, nice and complete. Looking forward to giving that a try actually, because I'm starting to get into these kind of parity kind of games. You'll know from the last video I picked up Assassin's Creed Black Flag Skull Edition. So yeah, we'll see what Risen 2 is like. I wouldn't mind picking up the first one as well. So next up, and again, I am kind of liking picking up some of these games that I've not seen all that much or don't know that much about, especially when you can pick them up for a reasonable price as well. And this was very reasonably priced at just £1. Again, you can just about see that. And it is Raven Squad on the Xbox 360. As you can see there, an old HMV sticker. I think that's HMV, $29.99 once upon a time, now £1. But yeah, Raven Squad, bit of a first-person shooter, sort of come tactical, well, not tactical RPG, tactical RTS. Yeah, I don't know a great deal about it, but yeah, I've not got it in the collection. For £1, I'm going to grab it and have a look at it. So yeah, Raven Squad, interesting one. Again, nice and complete. The instruction book's even in a bag there, so yeah, not bad. We'll have a look at that. And this was the first game that I actually spotted when I was walking around. I have got this already on the PlayStation 2, somewhere in there I think. But this came in a collector's edition sleeve box type combo, and it is Need for Speed Carbon on the PlayStation 2. So not the best Need for Speed game ever, but this box is in absolutely pristine condition, almost brand new condition, and it's really nice. So that was £5. Not sure how much that goes for a CEX or anything, but I thought at that price that was pretty reasonable. Again, all complete. Do like the box because all the usual sort of back cover box art is on the sleeve, but on the game box itself it's just a plain sort of, I don't know what I call it, artwork, but yeah, it's just a plain sort of cover on the back, so that's something different. But yeah, Need for Speed Carbon, it's not a bad Need for Speed game, but yeah, it's probably not one of the best ones, but yeah, for the PlayStation 2, still a decent racing game. And with that cover as well, which I will carefully slide back in there, yeah, nice collector's edition, that one. Really pleased to pick that one up, and like I say, that was £5, so yeah, happy with that. So those were the ones I was grabbing. Took those to the till, had a nice chat with Kev, who's the owner of MANIC MINORS Toys, and I did actually spot behind the till a copy of what is a bit of a personal holy grail for me, Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo, boxed and complete. It wasn't for sale because it had been put aside for somebody else, but seeing that I thought, wow, oh, if only maybe I'd been there sooner, or I don't know. Yeah, that's one of my holy grails, Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo, just because it's such an amazing game. I didn't have it back in the day. I do currently have a cartridge only copy of it, but to have that boxed, yeah, like I say, that's a bit of a holy grail item for me. So having seen that, I was then in the mood for maybe grabbing something else, and as you saw in that footage, there was a whole raft of N64 games, and I have been on a bit of an N64 trip recently. I've been picking up 1 or 2 N64 games. There was one in there which I did spot, and it seemed like a pretty reasonable price again. So I did go back to the glass cabinets, had a look over it, looked in really decent condition, so I picked it up, and it is Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. So a classic Star Wars N64 game, this one. One of the launch titles in the UK. I did have this originally back in the day. I've got a cartridge version of this on its own as well. But at this price, and it was, show you there, just about see it maybe, £20. Really nice condition, not perfect condition at all, but you know how many N64 games are these days, but in nice condition, and came in a box protector as well. So all of the games that were in there came in box protectors. So if I can get it out, so yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's not in bad condition really at all. It's you know, it's all complete there. The cartridge looks good, the manual looks good. So you can get the cartridge out, so you can just see that there. Lovely stuff. Manual's in there as well, but I won't pull that out because I don't want to ruin it, because I always end up catching them on the inside sleeve box thing. So yeah, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Yeah, I've a lot of nostalgia for this game because, like I say, it was one of the sort of early N64 games. It's not the most perfect game. There are some really great levels in it. There are also some terrible levels in it, like the speeder bike chase is absolutely awful. But yeah, overall, you know, it's a decent game for the N64, considering just how early in the N64's life it came out. So yeah, those were the games that I picked up today, and I'm really, really happy with it. So like I said, yeah, MANIC MINORS Toys in Warrington. If you're ever up in the northwest, ever around this way, I would definitely recommend it. Definitely worth having a go and having a look through there. If you're a games collector, you're more than catered for. If you're a toys collector, wow, what a choice. What a load of selection of games that you can get in there. Well worth a look, well worth the trip. Yeah, absolutely loved it, and no doubt I will be going back at some point. So, thanks for joining me, as always. Really appreciate time. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, like I said before, you know what to do. And if you can give the video a thumbs up as well, that would be great. And I will see you next time.